Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a free game over at GOG. They've just been giving away free game after free game, so got another one from them, and also got a ton of PC game deals to go over today. A couple major releases today. One obviously getting a lot of buzz, the other not so much, but we got some more deals on top of that, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But first of all, we have Alwa's Awakening available free over at GOG. Use your magic staff and progress through a large interconnected world where you'll solve puzzles, fight enemies, and defeat bosses in order to help free the land of Alwa. Explore and uncover the secrets by using your platforming skills in a challenging and charming 8-bit adventure game. The game's got 480 Steam user reviews, very positive reception with 80% of the reviews being positive. Typically goes for $9.99, but available free right now at GOG. Definitely a throwback of a action platformer, so bear that in mind from a visual standpoint. This isn't anything to write home about. Very much looks like a game from the NES, Super Nintendo days. But if you're into throwback Metroidvanias, might be something you end up enjoying. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. It'll be free for a couple days, but once you add it to your library, obviously yours to own forever on GOG. Alright, moving on from that, let's talk some great PC game deals available right now. First of all, we had the release of The Last of Us Part 1 on Steam today. Not a lot of talk as far as how the game turned out, as far as how the reviews are. I believe review codes just got sent out today. Nevertheless, the game is one of my favorite games of all time. I played it all the way back on the PlayStation 3 in 2013. If you are eager to pick it up, it is 15% off on Green Man Gaming for $51. I just finished downloading the game myself. And I'm excited to see how the PC version runs, how, just revisiting this game as a whole. I haven't watched The Last of Us HBO show still outside of, a couple scenes when I had some friends over, and they were watching it, but nonetheless, excited to try it out again on PC. I've completed this game an absurd amount of times at this point. But hey, when a game is this good, no sweat into completing it one more time, although right now, super busy with the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I don't know if I want to jump into this right away. Nevertheless, excited to try it out at some point, and if you are looking to pick it up yourself, you can get it a little bit cheaper at GMG for $51. Also, today on Steam, I'll mention this also in another video, but Sifu, totally forgot that this was coming to Steam. 28% off on GMG, $28.79. This game was really well received last year when it initially came out, but bear in mind it was an Epic Game Store exclusive, but now it is available on Steam as well. And the Steam price has it 10% off as a launch discount for $36, but Green Man Gaming, and for your next XP member, 28% off for $28.79. Great price on that, and on top of that, a free update for the game just rolled out, so the game is getting more expansive. It's a super challenging game, so bear that in mind. Might not be for everybody, but yeah, got really solid reception back when it came out. It was done by, the studio is escaping me right now, Slow Clap. They also did Absolver, and Absolver wasn't that great of a game, but I think what happened was they learned a lot from their time in developing Absolver, and they parlayed that into the success of Sifu, and Sifu turned out to be really good. And now, as far as the PC audience goes, a lot more people will probably check it out, given that it is available directly on Steam. But yeah, $40, paying that kind of price for a year-old game, kind of high, but 28% off for $28.79. Okay, now we're cooking, and that's a much better price. Moving on from that, those are the games that just dropped today, but do want to cover a couple of other stuff. The Square Enix sale is still rolling at Green Man Gaming. A lot of great deals as a part of that. Want to give a mention to Final Fantasy IV, the 3D remake, 60% off for $640. Now, I know a lot of you guys will be like, bruh, why the 3D remake? This is just a mobile port. Yes, but FF4 is such a great game that I thought, hey, let me give this a shout. At this price point, I think it's great. I played through this game on PC, this version of the game, and I still enjoyed it. And I played this, the 3D remake way back when it came out on the DS all those years ago. It's a fun game. I mean, it's a really engaging game from a narrative standpoint. FF4's story is awesome, and the game itself is a pretty good turn-based JRPG. I would say check it out at this price point. At $640, I think it's a pretty good buy. Want to give a shout to Octopath Traveler, which is 60% off for $24. Obviously, Octopath Traveler 2 just came out, but you're still talking about paying, at lowest $48 if you buy it from Green Man Gaming. So still a hefty price point, but you could get Octopath Traveler 1 50% off of that. $24 is a really, really good price. An expansive JRPG with a ton of content, a lot to do in it. Very much a throwback, but I dig the HD 2D art style, and I think a lot of you guys will as well if you give it a chance. Obviously, very much a retro-style JRPG, but For $24, you know, this is one of those games, the Square Enix games, that holds up in price, much like, you know, those Nier releases and a lot of the other Square Enix, like, niche JRPG releases. They just hold up in price for a very, very long time. And not even the niche JRPG releases. Like, you look at Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, that's still going for $25 on sale. So yeah, that's just one publisher that does retain like a higher price point on their games, but you know, is what it is. Do also want to give a shout to Final Fantasy VII Remake INTERGRADE. That is 54% off for $31.92. Also, FF7 Crisis Core is available for $32 for XP members, but 7 Remake is the one I want to shout here. Obviously, fantastic. Initially came out as an Epic Game Store exclusive for 6 months, then it got stealth released on Steam, which was great to see. But what wasn't great to see is a $70 price tag for a game that is essentially, or was essentially when it came out, like what, 2 years old at that point? I get it that this version has the expansion and whatnot, but still, $70 for that, way too much. At 31 and change, I think we're talking here as far as this being a really, really solid pickup. Like, the FF7 Remake is tremendous. I thought they did a fantastic job with this remake. I like that, you know, they're shaking up the story, to say the least. They're shaking up the story. Look, I played through FF7 already. I know the story. I know the narrative. With this, we're now embarking on what could be an amazing retelling of Final Fantasy VII or an absolute train wreck. And either way, you're going to be entertained in two different ways, depending on how it does go. But outside of that, the visuals are great, the combat is excellent, and so far the story that's been told in the remake, this part 1, I thought has been rather good. Super excited for part 2, unfortunately on PC, you're probably gonna have to, once again, wait a year and a half, 2 years for it to actually release. But, hey, what can you do? For $31.92, this one, I think, is a great pickup, and I would strongly recommend it. If you never played FF7, you can jump right into this, and then if you do already have an idea of it, you know, it's worthwhile to go back and play this one as well, obviously, because, you know, it's quite a bit different. And then also, if you do want to check out Crisis Core, that for $32, not a bad price at all. And lastly, do want to give a shout to XCOM 2 The Collection, which is 93% off for $6.96. Gave XCOM 2 the base game I mentioned yesterday, but I would highly recommend you to pick up the collection, as it does include the War of the Chosen expansion and a bunch of other DLC packs. XCOM 2 is a great tactics-based title. I think it's a game that a lot of you guys will enjoy, and I'm not big into tactics games, but XCOM Enemy Unknown was the one that really got me into the franchise, and XCOM 2 built upon that, even though it had some PC issues, to say the least, at launch, but has gotten better, and would still say it's a worthwhile pickup. Can get pretty challenging. So $6.96 for this. I think it's a pretty good buy. That is going to do it for me. Again, Alwa's Awakening available free at GOG. Ton of great deals. Links to everything in the description box below. With GMG, I am a partner, so if you end up buying anything, I do get a kickback. Much appreciated to support the channel. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.